And now, paper ASMR. That was paper ASMR. Now let's call Jeff.
Hi, I'm Jeff, and I'm a therapist.
And I'm Tyler, and I'm a patient.
We're going to talk about trauma, healing, and everything. Everything is traumatic.
I think we're gonna jump into this thing. What do you think, Jeff? You think we're just gonna jump right in?
Let's jump right in.
We're gonna jump
Let's
right
just
in.
say that when we started talking about this, I did not expect us to be still talking about the show and doing the show 40 episodes later or 41 episodes later or a year later. I expected us to be talking, but I didn't think me personally would have the stamina to actually talk for 40 times.
Yeah, for over 40 episodes.
Yeah.
It is kind
It's
of.
probably the best thing I've ever done with my life.
You think so?
I think so.
You
I
think
can't think of anything else
doing
better.
42 episodes of a podcast is your greatest achievement?
I hit a little bit, but 42 episodes of doing 42 of anything is a big achievement.
It really is. It's crazy to think about, and I guess we're kind of talking about it because I don't know if you guys know or not, but this is our 1 year anniversary episode. That's right.
Yep.
Listening
Yep.
audience at home. We've been doing this for a full year. We've been doing it for a
Yep.
full fucking year, everybody. Think about that. We've been bringing
And the 1 year anniversary prize is milk.
milk, ladies and gentlemen.
Milk.
Now, Jeff, you mentioned some moon pie milk.
Yeah. So like the Weigels is I think it started out like with strawberry, maybe orange creamsicle stuff and then it's like they've got an evil like wizard working for them now because last month's was um uh banana pudding and this month's is moon pie.
Hmm. Oh
And
yeah.
I have it, I'm not 100% positive, but my understanding is next month's milk flavor is pickled herring.
Oh,
Yeah. It's an acquired taste.
that's right.
And I think it has real hunks of herring in it.
Man, you can really count on Weigels to deliver on some unorthodox milk flavors that are
Yeah.
daring to challenge everyone's taste buds. Don't you think, Jeff?
I agree. I mean, they underpay their employees. Apparently, they don't treat them very well, but they are creating weird, artificially flavored milks.
So, I mean, at least they're good for that.
Yeah. I mean, it's something to talk about. And then they
Yeah,
put a billboard up with the new flavor,
we're
moon
talking
pie.
about it.
We are. I mean, I see a billboard on the way back from work every day that has the new milk flavor on it.
Oh man, so you're near that billboard that's like constantly being updated each month.
Yeah, it's on Middlebrook Pike, and the Weigels are being updated too. They're making them bigger,
Yeah.
like bigger parking areas, maybe for trucks and stuff.
I mean, yeah, and I mean, I noticed they are like updating all the indoor areas and like making sure every Weigel's cooks pizza, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
has slushy
um,
machines.
yeah, and yeah, they got a full kitchen in them now. They sell wine. Some of them sell wine.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
They need
It's
to.
it's sort of hit and miss, but some of them
Right.
do sell wine, which is nice. It makes it a true convenience store when they
Yeah.
sell more than just beer.
But Jeff, I guess man, we're jumping really into this without even acknowledging our listening audience at home. I feel. I mean, we kind of. I don't
That have
know.
been with us since the beginning.
Since the beginning. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah. We've got some things planned for the next year. We announced last episode that Tyler has set up a email address for y'all to comment, ask questions, whatever you like. We've gotten some people have emailed us, but
Mm-hmm.
we'd love to hear from more people.
Yeah.
Uh, we have some requests to be on the show, and we're trying to figure out how to make that happen. Um, and I think we can probably talk with the network and get our contracts refigured where we can actually have a guest host.
Oh, a guest host, Jeff. What are you saying?
Well, not like a guest host, but like you remember when I was out of the area
Yeah.
and Sandy set in for me?
Yeah.
We would just do that, except I'd be here.
Right. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
it'd be like somebody else just talking with us.
Yeah. Having more, like you mentioned, more guests.
Yeah.
Yes, as Jeff mentioned, we do have a new email. It's everything is traumatic all together. Everything is traumatic all underscore all together at gmail.com. We got some emails already. Jeff, I didn't know if you wanted to go ahead and read those right now, if that's a top of the show thing or if that's a after show thing. What do you
Why
think?
don't you read? Well, pick one of them to read. Pick a good one.
Pick a good one to read?
Yeah, not
Uh,
a mean one, not one that hates us.
okay. So this one is from team at zqr.app that says, "Hey, I just stumbled on the podcast you just posted. Lots of interesting content in there. As you know, creating short clips in air quotes of your podcast for platforms like TikTok and Reels exposes you to a massive new audience. But of course, uh, excuse me, editing shorts is costly in time and money. Reason I'm reaching out is I'm the co-founder of Clap App, an AI tool that allows to create viral shorts for any YouTube video in seconds. Just drop in the link to your latest podcast and the AI will generate ready to publish shorts of the best moments in your podcast, allowing you to reach that extra audience without the extra work. You can give it a try for free here, and there's a link. I'd love to know what you think. Best, Theo Champion at Delete This Theo, co founder at Clap. That's Clap with a K, by the way. But yeah, I thought that was a really
That's
interesting email. That was so nice
that's
of you.
really personal.
Yeah,
It
thank you.
really feels like that we really touched him
Yeah,
or
I feel
her,
like he.
them.
I really feel like they listened to the podcast and was just trying to offer this service to be nice. And you know, Theo, thank you very much for offering that.
Yeah,
That was
it's
really
very nice.
nice.
It's Theo.
Uh,
Theo is the name.
yeah, yeah. His name's Theo Champion. He is the co-founder at Clap App.
You think that's a real name?
Theo? Yeah, I mean, there's there's plenty of people
Theo
named Theo.
Champion?
Theo Champion. Look, people think my name is a fake name, so I mean,
Tyler Broadway?
yeah.
I mean, your name has got sort of a show business sound to it.
Well, it also sounds
Theo
fake.
Champion sounds like a porn star name.
Theo Champion in extra
Theo
sausage.
Champion in Everything is Traumatic.
And that's right, folks. We're reading these emails and we're reminiscing about the show. We've been doing it for a year. and we have thoughts about our own show.
Yeah.
I want to hear them from Jeff. I want to hear them from
Well,
Jeff first.
I think I think Theo obviously has hit a nerve because of the caring nature of that email and the personalization of that email. I think this is he's the kind of person that we did the show for, to help people out, to normalize mental health issues, to demystify the idea of what therapy might be like. Um, and I think Theo really hit it on the head what we're trying to do.
Hmm. Yeah, I can't help but to agree. I think, like I said, I think Theo really watched these
Yeah,
episodes
yeah.
because he said there's lots of interesting content in there. I don't
And how
think
would he know unless he listened to
that's
it?
what I was thinking. How would he know there's interesting content there unless he watched it?
Right. I mean,
And
it's too specific to be computer generated
and that's my
or like a spam thing.
yeah. So
There's
that's
too much info there for it to be
right.
not real.
And I mean, that's kind of what led me to point two of why I trust Theo's email is that like clap app. What a genius name. That is something that no way that's like fake. That's got to be like taken, right?
It's got to be real.
Clap
Did
app.
you click the link?
No, I haven't clicked the link. I don't.
I
Oh.
wouldn't click it. I would like to keep this pure.
Well,
I'd like to,
I think the point of these emails are to, answer them on the air instead of like reply back in the actual email.
yeah, yeah, right.
So, unfortunately, I'm not
So
going to be
Theo,
clicking any links.
we appreciate you, and you just keep listening, and then maybe someday, you'll learn something.
Yeah. Jeff, I got one
We
more email
okay.
if you want to.
Oh yeah, I'd like to hear another one.
Yeah, we got one more email here, folks. It's from Vin Win Scott. He writes, the email is called Trauma. He writes, "Thanks, Jeff and Tyler. I never knew what trauma was until I listened to you. You have brought trauma to me like no one else ever has. I hope to bring trauma to others as you have brought it to me. Keep up the good work. Dramatically yours, Vin Win Scott." Aw,
That's
Vin,
nice.
Vin.
So we really, yeah, that's heartfelt.
That's a really good email. Like, I think
Yeah.
that kind of, yeah. I mean, that represents, I think, the other side of why we do this podcast of trying to have these tough conversations, and it's nice to have. I think what really sells it, I think it's just really nice to have insight from an actual mental health professional on some of this stuff
Are you
with
referring to
Jeff.
Theo as the mental
No,
health
no,
professional?
no. I'm referring to you, Jeff.
Oh, I've never heard it put as a mental health professional.
uh,
I've never been referred to as professional, a professional anything. So that's
nah.
very nice.
Oh, Jeff, come on.
No,
I'm sure.
I guess I mean I do it for money, so I guess that makes me a pro.
Yeah, exactly. You're really a pro at this.
Yeah, that was the idea when we started was, and it's evolved a little bit, was to definitely have the idea of a client and a therapist talking and trying to demystify stuff. I've also been a client of a therapist, and so I've been on both sides. I play both sides, so to speak.
Yeah. You play devil's advocate there, devil's
Yeah, yeah,
therapist.
yeah, yeah. I did.
But I mean, it has evolved a little bit, but I still think at its core, it is kind of like that conversation, like, um, I guess just creating a space where we can talk about it. Like, don't be judged. Like, don't be made fun of. There's like, And even if you are made fun of, it's in good fun. You know we love you. Um,
Yes. Yes.
but to just, yeah,
I,
like talk about these things and not feel so alone because times are really tough.
times are tough.
And, we want to try to help the best that we can. Like, I don't know, like we've talked about wanting to like send little, I don't like gift bags or
We got
packages.
gifts. We got merch.
We have some merch. We have some loose merch. Stickers, Polaroids.
We got some little
I'll
keychains.
paint you something. We still do have
Yeah,
some of those
yeah.
keychains.
Tyler's an artist. Tyler is a painter, amongst other
Yeah,
things he does creatively.
yeah. Um, so if you just email us, we'll
Other thing you could do is you can email us, or you can share the email address
yeah,
and say, "Hey, there's people giving out free stuff." And if we get enough emails, it's possible that we might like buy some kind of gift card or something to send randomly to somebody.
yeah. Because like if we had too much of you guys, then like at a certain point, it's like, well, help us.
Yeah.
Well, help us out.
And
Jet.
so there's a new Trump superstore. I don't know if you're aware of this.
No.
Trump Superstore. Do you remember a place called Cupid's Outlet?
Yes.
That was like as you're going out of town, if you're going to Nashville.
Yes.
Well, that has been replaced with a Trump Superstore. I'm not joking.
Oh, there's an
Trump
actual Trump
Superstore.
superstore there.
Yes, Cupid's Outlet used to be a place for adult novelties,
Hmm.
couples store, and it had a pink Cadillac and a limo and stuff out front, all kinds of weird cars. They totally just they put Trump on the side of the limo, and then there's another car that says MAGA on it. But I
Wow.
I really think we should visit the store, you and I, and maybe do a little bit of reporting.
We need to visit.
I
I don't think they're going to let us film in there though.
I mean, we could film out front in front of the limo.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, it's a huge. I don't know. I mean, they might want the publicity.
Oh, that's true. Well, Jeff, you know what? I'm kind of for it.
I mean, it could be a field trip. It doesn't even have to be associated with the show, but I feel like going inside will be traumatic to everyone that goes
Yeah,
inside.
going to the Trump store is traumatic.
I
have
mean,
you have you?
I'm,
Oh, sorry.
I mean, I know that he has merch, but I'm thinking a whole store. Like
Mm-hmm.
looks like a small house. So the whole store of Trump merchandise.
Yeah, baby. You know it, dog. Of course. They got Trump everything. Trump napkins, Trump forks, Trump diapers. That's right, folks. Trump diapers.
So I'm wondering if the Trump store, there probably are people that go to the Trump store because they want Trump paraphernalia because they really like Trump. But
Mm.
then it seems like there would also be the other side of people that hate Trump or know people that hate Trump, and they would go to get things to make fun of Trump so they could like hand them out or give them as gag gifts or like stinky Santa gifts or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's an ironic buy to piss someone off, like you're still kind of giving money to them.
I don't think Trump's getting any of this money. I,
You don't
I, I
think so?
guarantee you this is somebody that's just an opportunist capitalist. I mean, people are just printing their own stuff or they're buying in bulk.
Mm.
Trump isn't organized enough to have like any kind of copyrights on anything.
No, that's true. That's true, Jeff. That's true. But you know what? This isn't about Trump, is it?
No, it's not. I'm
This is
sorry.
this
We
is
were talking about
about
traumatic things, though.
this is about paper.
Yep.
And if you
Yep.
guys don't know what that means, I'll tell you.
Listen to some rap music. They got the paper.
No, not that paper.
That's
I'm
how
talking about
that's
the
how you know if you're
anniversary.
successful. You got the paper. I
No,
got me
Jeff,
some
Jeff,
paper.
no, Jeff,
Oh,
Jeff.
I'm pretty white, aren't I?
Yes, I mean, so am I, but at least I'm aware of it. I mean, you're aware of it too.
I think you're a little more less white than I am, and I'm not like I think you're a little more hip than I am.
I mean, you'd think. You'd think.
I'm pretty white.
I feel like I'm just in like a bubble sometimes. Like I don't feel like I know what's going on with anything. Um,
Yeah,
but this isn't about bubbles
it's
or earning paper, but this is about our anniversary, Jeff.
the paper anniversary.
The paper anniversary, our 1 year doing the dang
Yes,
thing. I know I approached you and asked you to do this, and I'm glad you've stuck around for this
this has
year.
been great. I feel like you have done a lot of the heavy lifting, but we both have talked about personal things, and
Mm.
we've made jokes, but we've also talked about real stuff.
Yeah.
And there's 40 hours of us on the internet talking about stuff. That's pretty weird, right?
That's pretty weird. Yeah, and we do have some. We've actually had two guests
Yep.
on the show
We've had
technically.
Ken,
Ken, Kenneth.
who drops in occasionally. He just every now and then he'll just drop in. He's always entertaining. And then Sandy, who I think is super charismatic, and she's got a voice for this, and she just really does a nice job.
I know. I asked her
She's
if
a
she wanted.
professional too.
I asked her if she wanted to do it tonight, but she wasn't really feeling it, and I was like, come on. And she's like, wait, what
Yeah.
are you guys talking about? And I'm like, well, we're gonna talk about the anniversary of the podcast, and she's just like, oh,
Mm-mm,
okay, you
not
guys are gonna
interested.
jerk each other off. That's fine. No,
Yeah,
I'm good.
exactly.
So
I wish she was on because I did buy a CD copy of the new Taylor Swift album,
hold on, you bought a CD copy of it.
of the new Taylor Swift album.
Of the
Yes.
tortured
The
poets
Torture
department.
Poets Department. Yes.
So how is it?
You know, I had never really listened to a Taylor Swift album,
Mm-hmm.
and it was sort of a joke that I bought it. It's got some decent songs on it. I think three or four of the songs are not bad.
Mm-hmm.
The Post Malone, as I think he likes to be called, the Post Malone is on it. Is on a song. It's
Okay.
okay. I mean, it's a little bit slow and melodramatic, but I think that's probably sort of what uh, Taylor goes for.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I want to be honest with you. I don't really know. I've read things about people decoding her lyrics and stuff, but I mean, people seem to really like it.
The lyrics are not bad. I mean, the lyrics are not trite. They are. She has a way with words. The
Yeah.
lyrics are pretty good. It's the production and the music that's a little bit off for me. There's not always a drum beat, and sometimes there's just a little, there's not a lot of complicated things going on here.
Yeah.
You know, where you've got like 18 guitar. I mean, I like sometimes music that has a lot going on with it. And this is in many ways pretty simple,
Mm.
but it's sonically interesting. Some of the songs are. Some of them sound very similar to the
Right.
others. But there's like four or five songs that I really like, that I would listen to more than once.
Well, nice, Jeff. I'm glad you got a CD copy of the Tortured Poets Department.
And Taylor, if you're listening and you want to sponsor us, we would love to have you on as a guest.
Yeah, Taylor Swift, this is an official invite. If you would love to be on the podcast, we'd love to have you and talk about what you think is dramatic.
Yeah, yeah. And if you want to do music, we have a little bumper intro, but if you want to try something and do a little
I
Taylor
mean, yeah,
Swiftish,
if you wanna toss us a freebie song, that would
yeah.
be great.
You
Where's
know, if you could just mention the podcast on your Twitter, that would help. I
that would
think get
help.
some fans. I think that would really probably draw us some attention, and
Yeah.
then people could be disappointed. But I feel like
Yeah, they would.
just a mention of our email address, and I think we might have some more emails.
Yeah, I mean, if Taylor Swift emailed us even and was like,
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
talk about
I
us.
would I would be glad to talk to her. She seems like a nice person.
Yeah,
She's a Tennessean. She has gone through some things in her life, I think, that have been tough.
yeah,
So
yeah.
anyway, I
No,
bring
that's
that up
good.
because talking about past episodes, one of the episodes that we had Sandy on, we talked about Taylor Swift, and I think the quote was, "I hate football more than I hate Taylor Swift."
Yeah,
Came
yeah,
from that episode, and so that was funny. That was a lot of fun.
yeah. I really, I like. Since we're doing like this clip showy thing, we're not gonna play any clips, folks. But if you're listening to this episode and haven't listened to prior episodes, this isn't the good. This isn't a good introductory one. Like this isn't.
No, but you can go back and find the episodes.
Yeah, you can go back. Well, yeah.
I think it was football is traumatic was that episode.
No, it's Taylor
Maybe.
Swift is traumatic.
Oh yeah, it's Taylor Swift is traumatic. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
which we found out she's not.
I mean, she's okay.
Yeah, one of my
She's
favorite
creating. I mean,
episodes.
she's anybody that's creating art. I feel like is a good thing.
Hmm.
Art is good. We need it. Everybody has different things they like.
Yeah, we need art. We do need art. You're absolutely right, Jeff. One of my favorite episodes, Jeff, was I don't know. I like our getting heavy episodes.
Yeah, we've had a couple of pretty deep episodes, I think.
I like where we get a little heavy, get a little sad, get a little, introspective. I kind of like talking about my journey with my mental health and trying to get better,
Yep.
and my trauma and all that shit. And I mean, you might as well just give a little update. I started on Prozac, and
Okay.
I've been taking it since Monday,
All right.
so almost a week. I'm just waiting for some side effects in the weight gain and the sexual
You're just
dysfunction.
waiting on
Yeah.
the fun to kick in.
I'm waiting.
I have been on Paxil, which is another antidepressant, anti-anxiety,
Hmm.
similar to Prozac, for over 10 years. And it it really did help me to have some more quality of life. I think I'm ready to try to get rid of it, but it's a little bit of a hard one to get off of. So I started that process over Christmas and just gave it up because it made me feel a little freaky. But
Yeah.
um, medication can be very helpful to people. There's no shame in using a medication to help with mood. It's certainly a very positive possible help.
Yeah. That's what I'm kind of learning. I want to try it and see. I mean, it hasn't been anything difficult so far, but I know it takes it a little while before you can actually feel effects from it. So I'm just kind of waiting.
I had a couple of weird moments in my first week of Paxil where I felt like I had extrasensory perception. Not like I could read people's minds, but I could hear stuff far away. Like I could hear the ice maker. I just felt like I was attuned, and I think it's just because it's messing with your brain. But that
Hmm.
went away pretty quick. But it was sort of fun, a little freaky, but also a little bit of fun to think. All right,
Yeah.
I've got some kind of superpower.
I mean, I guess for me, I feel so far. I feel it better at uh like a better distance from like the negative self talk. It doesn't feel
Yeah,
as amplified right now. I mean,
yeah.
it does occur, but it's not like super overwhelming. It's
Prozac is one of the tried and true, really tested well. So I mean, it's been around for so long,
mm,
um, that anything that was going to be crazy happening to people would have already happened. Like if it was killing people or people were getting cancer from it, it's been around long enough that they would have had some kind of study to figure that out.
yeah,
So you're probably safe.
it's one of our tried and true antidepressants, one of our oldest ones. Yeah, just waiting to see what happens with it, but I feel positive. I feel motivated. I finally got that fucking short film out. I got typecast out.
Yeah, you did. That's impressive. That's
Um,
really cool.
and I got the behind the scenes out, and I can find a new project to loathe over. For
Sometimes it's just a change of a little bit of a just like a nudge to get you moving again because we get mired. And I find when I get depressed, I get a little bit just in a rut and I feel really bored and I feel lethargic and I end up just sitting on my phone scrolling
hmm.
and I'll just do it for hours because I don't want to do
Yes,
anything
yes, that's what
and
I find.
I don't have any
Yes,
motivation.
I know, me either. That's exactly how I feel. I get stuck on the couch and then I scroll on YouTube or I scroll on my phone.
Yep.
And
And then you feel worse because you feel
hmm,
like I've wasted all this time when I could have been doing something productive.
hmm,
But sometimes I think I don't think it's super healthy just to doom scroll all the time. But sometimes I feel like sometimes we need to escape, and it's okay to just do nothing. We always feel like we always have to be doing, and it's good to do. It's good to create, especially if we want to, and we feel like we can't.
hmm,
But it is okay to take breaks, and it is okay to do nothing.
yeah,
Doing nothing is doing something.
yeah. And I think like everything in moderation. Like you got to balance it
Yeah,
all out. So it's okay. It is okay to doom scroll and like watch funny things because sometimes you can get inspired. You can get inspired. At least for me, I get inspired by like so many things in life. And
yeah. Sometimes you can find stuff like that to look that makes you want to do something.
hmm, so it's 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 all a balancing act, and I'm trying to get that balance and just find stuff that I like to do. Like I'm getting really into like I'm getting really into like 35 millimeter cameras.
That's awesome.
I want one of
We're going to
these.
get together and do some film, some shooting where
Yeah,
we could actually show some of our art, maybe on a separate thing. But um, that's sort of exciting to me for us to get together and try to shoot some stuff together, not on a camera, not on a phone or a video camera, but on a real like 35 millimeter camera. And you got one that has actually a film camera, so that's a totally different medium.
yeah,
Little more difficult to perfect because you don't, not everything's digital and you can't just fix it.
yeah. And yeah, I got the really cheap Five Below one. I used my roll of film. I need to develop it. And I also have this what the fuck's it called? Like that old box Amco. Is it an Amco? Here, let me grab it real quick. I don't want to break anything. Okay. It's the Ansco Sure Shot. It takes 120 film,
Oh wow.
and I found like this old roll in there. Like I got this from my great grandmother's house,
Huh.
and I'd like to get some 120 film and see if this bad boy works or not.
Yeah. Old cameras are cool looking.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And
saying.
there is something different about taking something with a camera that is has film, um, but with a 35 millimeter camera, there's a lot of manipulation you can do with different kinds of things. It's a little bit over my head, but um, a lot of people know how to create inside the camera instead of creating after you're done with a digital editor.
Yeah, like especially if you send it off to have it developed,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
like what can you do to manipulate it then?
You could probably do some kind of manipulation, maybe with chemicals or maybe paint or erasers or whatever.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's sort of done. And so you could cut it or you could manipulate it that way. But
Oh, that's true. But yeah, I think that's an exciting
that's really
hobby.
cool.
I'd like to. I'm looking at this. I think Sandy's going to get it for me for my birthday, maybe. But I'm looking also at this half frame. It's like a Kodak H tar or something.
Okay.
I want to find it real quick.
Speaking of moderation and balance, I'm trying to use my phone less for non-phone things. So I'm trying to put it away or put it in a different room when because I'll just pick it up while I'm watching TV or something and just go through something. So I'm trying to put it aside. It
Hmm.
makes me feel a little less, I guess, cloudy when I'm
Yeah,
not on my phone all the time.
yeah,
And when I'm just doing one thing, like this is fine because I'm talking on the phone, which is what the phone is made for.
yeah.
But like if I'm just watching TV, I'm like stimulated watching TV, and then when I get bored, I'll just pick it up and scroll. And so I'm just trying to be like, okay, I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna watch TV, or I'm gonna sit outside, or I'm gonna pet the cat and try to enjoy that instead of having my brain having three or four things stimulating at one time, which is a little bit of an overload
Hmm.
for my brain.
Yeah,
I
I
only have
see.
one lobe left, so I got to take care of it.
So I gotta take care of it.
I mean, how many lobes are there? I think there's a frontal lobe and a rear lobe
And a low
and an
blow,
earlobe,
and a low blow,
lobe,
and a low lobe. Yeah,
lobe. I mean, I know there's two sides to the brain, but there's all kinds of lobes.
yeah. Those are
That's a
the
weird
important
word, lobe.
lobes. The camera I was looking at is a Kodak Ektar H35 half frame film
I've
camera.
I've heard of Ektar. I have not heard the rest of that. I know Kodak really sort of was the king of cameras for the longest time and film. It still may produce film, but they didn't really move to digital fast enough,
Yeah,
and they sort of went away. I mean, it was the film company and the camera company. Lots of like point and shoots, little Vivitars, and the little. You used to have flash bulbs
mm-hmm.
that were pretty cool that you could stick a paper clip in and it would make it go off.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But actually, that we did that in the band. We had a thing where we had flashing lights in the show, and so you just had the little uh, flash bulb,
Had a
um,
little flash bulb.
flash bulb for the camera. Um,
But yeah, the cool thing about this one that I'm interested in is that half frame part. So it uses half of the film for each picture, so you get more pictures
nice.
out of it. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, it's so interesting to me that we went through this whole progression of uh, real media, records, reel to reel tape, real pictures with real film. And then we looked at towards digital with the CDs and digital pictures, and that was the huge thing. And now a lot of people are very interested in moving back to those real medias, like vinyl
Mm-hmm.
has become a thing again. Cassette tapes is coming back. Um, uh, Real media, we both have Polaroid cameras, and Polaroids have become very popular
Mm.
because people like the idea of something that's not digital. So it's so
Yeah.
interesting that the progression and then the regression. People want things they can touch. They want to listen to a record on a record player. They want to be able to open the thing. So it's interesting. And then eventually we'll get more advanced digital things that people will move towards, and then back to real things. But it is nice to be like, because with 35 millimeter film, just putting it in the camera is a little bit of an effort. I mean, you got
Yeah.
to pull it out, you got to roll it, you got to make sure that you're not halfway. It's not a perfect science where you got to know and practice and
Mm.
get it on the little spindle and all that stuff. And so it's interesting.
Yeah, it's really intrigued me. I got a spark. Um, I think I want to be the camera guy. I don't know. I don't know. I want to take
Yeah.
pictures. That's
So
it.
this is not a, I don't, this is not to promote this person. We are not asked to, but there is a place actually that a friend of mine, sort of a friend of my wife's, but somebody I know runs. It's called F.42.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the name of it, and it's near Westtown Mall. It's if you're going from Westtown Mall towards Target, it's sort of in between where the Barnes and Nobles and the Target is, somewhere in there. But
Okay.
they specialize in real film and real film cameras. They have digital stuff too. They do prints and everything, but they have a lot of different films and cameras that you can go there. So that probably would be a place you might like to look at.
Yeah. I
I think
mean,
it's called F.32.
do they develop film there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure they develop.
Because I'd
So they
like
would
to.
be able, you would be able to get different types of film from them that would be harder to get. Um, it used to be like Target or whatever, you just have the film, but you got to order it now.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just get a roll of film. It's just so crazy how things change. I mean, well, I was in New York City, um, and you just would go to those little place with the magazines, and they'd have film.
Mm-hmm.
They'd have rolls of film. So if you ran out of film, you'd go and just buy a roll of film from them or battery for your camera or whatever.
Yeah.
But now it's hard to get you have to order the actual film now.
Let's see. Just taking some notes. Taking some episode notes. I like to take notes.
Yeah. One of my favorite episodes, and I think it probably was not some people's favorite, was the ventriloquism episode.
I think people like that one.
Yeah, I think ventriloquists, clowns, things like that are things that horrify us, sort of like spiders, things that we're interested in but also don't like.
Mm-hmm.
And ventriloquist has always been one of those things that there's cool parts about it, but then it's also sort of, it just doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
Same thing with clowns.
Jeff, I think I'm gonna give one more episode that I like, and then honestly, I think we can kind of wrap it up here. What do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah, definitely.
So I
I, I
think
I'm I'm good.
I
Yeah.
think one of the episodes I really liked um was was our saga where we like had both gotten out of town for a little bit, and I think it's the Amish one, and like talking about tolls. I think that was the same episode.
Yes. Yes. That
Um,
was that was a good episode.
yeah, I think I like them all. I like the experience of just like doing this and expressing my feelings and my thoughts and letting this shit out, and having someone to talk to about it. I think it's a very pleasant experience. I really enjoy it, and I am happy that people even want to listen to it.
That's the thing. I think we are glad that people are listening, but I have found this incredibly not traumatic. I mean, sometimes I'm tired or sometimes, I'm like low energy, but I have found making this the very opposite of traumatic. It's
Yeah.
just been us getting to know each other and to just sort of talk, to shoot the breeze for an hour a week
Mm.
about sometimes planned out things, but then a lot of times it goes in different directions. Just being able to get to know somebody. You think 40 hours of talking is like how often do we really talk to people about something real
Yeah,
instead of just like crap, like just blah, blah, blah. We've actually talked about a lot of stuff
we
over
have.
the year.
We've talked about a lot of topics, a lot of heavy stuff, and I want to continue to do that. I think
Yeah,
what I'd like to see is just like bringing more people in to have these conversations and like talk
yeah,
about these, like let people open themselves up if they're willing to. Like I don't want to bring anyone on
yeah.
and like force them to.
No, no, no. But we do have some people that have expressed interest in being on, and so we would be glad to if you're interested in talking to us either on or off. We could figure out a way to do it. But yeah, I think it'd be interesting to hear other people's what's going on with them. What kind of things do they bring to the table,
Yeah, just to hear other
trauma
people's,
wise?
yeah, hear other people's thoughts, I think would be great. And if you guys want to be on the show, feel free to email us at
Yeah,
everythingistraumatic@gmail.com.
I think we should try to reach out to. Was it Theo?
Theo? Theo.
Theo Champion?
Yeah, Theo
I,
Champion.
Theo, we'd love to have you on the show, my friend.
I might have to email him back and see if he wants to be on the podcast.
Yeah, just say, would you love to be on the podcast?
Actually, Theo, since you found us online, and hopefully you're a returning listener, this is an official invite to be on the podcast so you can
Yes,
talk more about the Clap app.
clap on.
Clap on with your bad selves. Yeah, happy anniversary. Paper is the gift this year if you guys are going to send us a
Yes.
gift. And
And yeah, we're looking forward to year two.
we're
Another
looking
year
forward to
of
another year.
episodes, trying to get more episodes out there, try to get more people that are listening. So share it if you are interested in it, and share the email address. Um, we're glad anybody that's listening. We are very pleased that you are listening to us.
Yeah, we do it for you guys. We do it for all of
Yes,
yous. I mean,
yes,
don't get us wrong. We would still have these conversations, but it's great that people want to listen and like, please give us your 2 cents and
yeah. Share with us.
share with us.
You
Share
don't have
with
to
us.
share anything personal, just if you like it or don't like it, like Theo did so bravely,
Yeah, Theo
reaching
did
out
it.
and
He really
just talking
articulated.
about personal stuff I know that he was going through.
Yeah, like his app, the Clap app.
The clap app. He knew. We know he's a real person because he said we talked about something interesting.
Yeah, he said our content was interesting.
Yep,
And the other
and it
guy,
is interesting.
Vin Win Scott, I hope he has fun spreading out trauma to everyone as well.
Yeah, there's something about him that seems familiar, but I can't quite place it.
Yeah, I can't. It sounds familiar, but I can't really tell. But you know what, Jeff? We'll have to find out next week if anyone shoots us an
Yeah,
email.
and honestly, it has been great to spend this once a week time, basically what we've done about once a week. Sometimes we'll double up with you for the last year.
Yeah,
I think it's increased our understanding, our friendship. I've learned a lot from you, and so I'm excited about year two.
yeah. Jeff, thank you for doing this weird ass podcast with me.
I am honored to do it.
And guys, I think this has, wait for it, you know it, reached its logical conclusion. Jeff, do you have any final thoughts about our anniversary episode?
Thank you for taking this journey with us, and we have lots of things to come.
Yeah. We're going to try and do more stuff, so just keep your eyes peeled, and thank you again for listening. This has been all of us here at Everything is Traumatic. I am Tyler,
I'm Jeff.
and please continue to take care of yourself.